Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. We are in the generation of Mashiach. It's obvious. We have to get our minds and our hearts on par with that. How do we know we're in the generation of Mashiach? How do we know that the Mashiach is about to arrive? Because a lot of times people comment on the videos, how do we know? When is Mashiach coming? We don't know exactly, and we can't put an exact date on it. However, we know that because we are so close, we can say that this is the generation. And to add to that, the Rebbe on numerous occasions said that we are in the generation of Mashiach. So, of course, when a tzaddik says something, we can share this with the world. And in fact, the Rebbe explains that in previous generations, it was not allowed to talk about the date of Mashiach arriving. However, now, since we're so close, we have to tell the world that Mashiach is about to arrive because we're so close. Not saying an exact date. We're not saying exact date, but we're saying that this is the generation of Mashiach, and not only just that, but rather, the reason why we don't say an exact date is because Mashiach could come today. We know that from the story of the Gemara with Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, when he met the Mashiach said, "Today, if you will listen to my voice," which means that if we connect to Hashem entirely on any given day, we can bring the redemption. There are also some other prophecies being fulfilled that prove that we are in the generation where Mashiach will arrive, God willing. What does this mean? This means that, what are some of these prophecies? First of all, there's a prophecy that says that when in the times of redemption, 10 non-Jews will grab the tzitzis of every Jew and say, "Please take me with you, for I heard that God is with you." What are we seeing right now? You can even look on some of the comments of this YouTube channel and you'll see numerous righteous Gentiles showing interest in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is a clear prophecy in front of our eyes. On this very channel, we see this prophecy unfolding in the comment section of how many righteous Gentiles are showing their interests in Hashem. Another prophecy is that we see that there's a prophecy of Nikabetz Nidche Amo Yisrael, that the Jewish people will return to the land of Israel. And we're seeing now that the number of Jews in Israel is coming close to the majority of Jews in the world. The exact number, of course, we have to look into statistics, but one thing is very clear, that every day that number is growing, and that the number of Jews now is the highest it's ever been. So we're entering this stage of the ingathering of the exiles. Another prophecy is that there's a prophecy that says in the days of Mashiach, the children will teach Torah to their parents. Now we see how many Jewish people are returning to Hashem. The Baal Teshuva reality, as they say, the Baal Teshuva movement, where Jewish people who did not grow up in a observant environment are returning to the ways of the Torah, and they're taking their parents with them. There's millions of cases of this around the world, and this is a prophecy unfolding where this was not the case thousands of years ago. This is where you see the wisdom of Hashem, clear wisdom saying that the Jewish people will teach the children will teach their parents Torah. In previous generations, this was not what was going on. There was no non-religious people who were being taught Torah and returning to Torah by way of their children teaching them. It was the parents would teach Torah to their children. That's the way it was. Now we see this clear prophecy is unfolding. We also have to recognize what is going on in the world the past few years. With all the things happening that have been discussed on this channel, with the pandemic, with the wars going on, with technological advancements, the power of technology, the power of medicine, the power of really human innovation, these are all processes, these are all ways in which God is choosing to prepare the world for His revelation. Another thing we have to realize is Chassidus. Clear preparation for coming to Mashiach is the teachings of Chassidus, the secrets of Torah, which explain Kabbalah and connect it to every level of Torah. That the Baal Shem Tov, around 300 years ago, revealed Chassidus to the world, and with the Rebbe of Chabad. and other Hasidic groups, there is the teachings of Hasidus, allowing the world to be illuminated with the divine light. And we know that Hasidus is the Torah of Mashiach, that it is tasting of the Torah of Mashiach. When we learn Hasidus, we are learning about, we're getting into the zone, the revelation of what will be revealed in the days of Mashiach. So with all these things, we have to be excited and realize that it's not just something nice that we say, but rather it's a true reality that is waiting for us. And really, each and every one of us has to arouse within us a desire to take things into our own hands. We spoke about it. The Rebbe said in a famous Sikha, "I've done all that I can. Now it is your turn to do everything you can. I'm leaving it up to you to finish the job." This means that the Rebbe believes in each and every one of us, that we all have a spark within us. We all have Moses within us. We all have Hashem within us. We all have this potential within us to bring Mashiach. But we have to realize that we have this power, and that with Hashem's help, there's no limits to how high we can reach. The Torah is beyond infinite. The Torah, we don't have to create our own reality. It says in Perek Mem Vav of Tanya, Mem Zayin of Tanya, it says that Avram, with his own imagination, with his own intellect, found Hashem, and he aroused and his emotions to connect to Hashem through his own pondering, he had to find Hashem in the world. But us, we don't have to do that. We have Hashem with us right now in front of us in a revealed way with the Torah, because of the work that Avram did, and he was so holy and so pure and so kind and so connected to Hashem. But he worked on it and he found Hashem on his own. But us, now that we're the descendants of Avram, we have Hashem in front of us already, because Hashem gave us the Torah. And the Torah is not just a book, but it is Kivyachol, as explained, so to speak, in chapter 47 of Tanya. It's, so to speak, Hashem himself. The Torah is completely one with Hashem. So when you learn Torah, you're learning about Hashem. And we don't have to create our own imagination or find Hashem on our own. By learning Torah, we connect to this infinite light, and we have to spread Torah with others and spread this message with others and get ready for the coming Mashiach. Every day, we're coming closer and closer, and at one certain point, it's just going to happen. So let's capitalize, let's fix our ways, examine our ways, look at ourselves, see where we can improve our ways. Of course, we have to be proud of everything we've done, but we have to be realistic and realize that as great as we're doing, we could do even better, because Hashem expects, the fact that we're alive means Hashem expects a little bit more from each and every one of us according to our level. And a little bit of effort in Hashem's eyes is beyond infinite. It's that one extra deed that we do. One extra thing that maybe might seem a little too hard for us. If we push ourselves to do that extra deed, that could be the difference to bring the Mashiach, the redemption, the Beis Hamikdash. May today be the day that we experience this, where the whole world will feel God in front of us. We'll see God with our own eyes, as the Rebbe says. That we'll actually, with our physical eyes, see Hashem in the world, which obviously is the best possible thing. So may Hashem bless you all. Let's get ready.